Okay, if you can see with that sun in the background, I got that head gasket in place. Everything behind it is cleaned up real nice, and I got it in place. And this head is all cleaned up. Boy, it turned out nice and clean, ready to go back together, but we are gonna try to have to fight it getting down in there. It was sure a bugger to get out. Hopefully it'll go in easier than coming out, but we're ready to go with it. Okay, luckily I got my son Andrew here with me, helping me wrestle this thing into place.
Okay, why don't you go around to the other side now? Oh, hold on. There we go.
That's good. There, we got the tip to get that big bottom.
There we go.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey, looky there. So we got that down in there. All we got to do is go back together with everything at this point. Now I'm real hopeful that we'll have this thing running before too long. So the gasket kit comes with these lead washers, and in the book it says to put these lead washers on before you put the nuts on all the head bolts. And I'm not sure what their purpose is being lead washers. I guess I would assume just to seal around there, but I'm not sure. It seems to me like it would be kind of hard to get the proper torque with these lead washers sinking or smashing. If anybody has any explanation of why they're using these lead washers, that would be interesting to know. Okay, reading in the book here, it actually says for the 150 foot-pounds of torque for the Model 60 is what it says here. And then also, I think on this next page, yeah, there it is right there. It gives you a sequence in which you're supposed to tighten those head bolts. But essentially, when you do a head, you go from the inside out, work from the inside out. So most books have the sequence of what they want you to tighten them in down from. So I'm going to start out with about 80 or 90 foot-pounds and go all the way around and get it snugged up to that point. And then we'll go up to the 150 on a second round. Okay, that's the sequence going to 90 foot-pounds, and now I'll just repeat it at the 150 and we'll have it all torqued down. Also, the book says to re-torque it after you've heated it up. So this is a two-part process. So now with it all torqued down, the push rods will go in next. And I'll put them back in the same holes where they came out. Now the rocker arms. We got this oil line to get back on. Get it started before the rocker arms get down, so I've got some room to wiggle. It's always a fight. I got everything started there, so I just got to snug it all up, and then we'll adjust the valves, the lash on the valves. Okay, adjusting these valves. This is a pretty simple system here. You can see this nut and then this nut here. So what you do is you loosen this nut, this is the lock nut, and then turn it this in or out to give you more or less clearance down here on the valve. And the book says 0.02. So, but you're supposed to do it hot. So I'm doing it now to make sure they're close. And then when I redo things after heating it up, I've got to re-torque the head and readjust these with them hot. But I've got it just right there now for now. Also, you got to make sure that the piston that you're working on is on top dead center on the compression stroke. And you do that over here on the flywheel. You have to make sure it's on the compression stroke, but there's over here, they're hard to see, but there's some markings that you have to line up.